Amazing.
Welcome to FootballGamePlan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook, bringing you an NFL Week 3 preview between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Indianapolis Colts. Let's look at the Jags offense right now, and I think I'm going to just give them a mulligan versus the Texans defense. That's a tough defense for any offense, so I'm giving these guys a mulligan. I'm going to toss out the tape. I'm not going to worry about what happened last week. However, what I think should happen this week versus Indianapolis, you look at the running game. They have to go back to what made the Jacksonville Jaguars a tough team to defend. Running the football, operating well off play action. You got to get back to basics when you're the Jacksonville Jaguars. Your personnel dictates what you do on the football field. Right now, you got to get the ball to the hot guy in Maurice Jones-Drew. And the wide receivers have a chance to be successful versus the Colts secondary. So it's really up to the quarterback if either Chad Henne or Blaine Gabbert, whoever's going to be back there, has to take advantage of what the Colts give them in the secondary. So Blackman can have success, Robinson, and also Shorts can have success, and Mike Thomas. Even Mercedes Lewis. I keep naming the whole roster, but they can have success in the air versus the Colts. But it all starts with setting up the running game and operating well off play action. Now, defensively, you look at the fact that they could make sure they close the door on Andrew Luck, who seemed to have found his athletic legs and wants to get outside of those boots and those waggles and attack the line of scrimmage. Close the door, keep it boxed in, play with proper technique on the edges, and you can stop what the Colts want to do in the passing game. And don't avoid a lot. You want to avoid a lot of man versus Luck. Because of that reason, he can get outside the pocket, he can scramble, he can put pressure on the defense. So avoid a lot of man, have the young man throw into a zone, and you can have some success versus that passing game. Now, when you look at the Colts in this matchup, you look at what they can do. I love when I see the rhythm of their offense as far as them getting the pocket move for Andrew Luck, throwing the short passes, then taking timely shots deep downfield. I love the movement of the offense right now for the Colts. And something has to give in the running game. They got to keep pounding away at that running attack. Jacksonville will give you an opportunity to run the football. If they can't, this could be a tough game because Jacksonville's underneath coverage with their linebackers is very impressive. So they have to do something to get the running game going this week. Also, you want to work it heavy, work the tight ends heavy this week versus Jacksonville. Two talented tight ends. I talk about it every week, but they have to get more involved in the offense. Fleener and Dwayne Allen. Get those guys involved versus the Jaguars, and that also can help you out in the running game. Defensively, you want to make the Jaguars quarterbacks make quick decisions with the football, and that causes them to get rid of that football quickly and plays right to the hands of your defense. Defense is very active, they're very aggressive, and they're very fast, especially on that turf. And also, you want to make this game Luck versus Gabbert or Henne. Take away the running game, force the quarterbacks to beat you. Make it Luck versus Gabbert or Henne, and that's an advantage. X factor has to be the running backs. The running game has to be in the forefront for Indianapolis for them to have a chance, not only in this game, but throughout the course of the season. So let's take a look at some personnel breakdowns. And when we look at the personnel breakdowns, this is just looking at where the team has strengths and where are the liabilities in this matchup. And I think the strengths for both teams are in the passing game, the receivers and tight ends. Jags have a liability at quarterback, and the Colts have the liability at running back. Both lines of scrimmage right now are struggling for Jacksonville, but I really am impressed with their linebackers, and I'm a big fan of their secondary, as is the Colts. So when you look at these two teams coming into this ball game, you look at two teams that are very young. One has a young offense, one has a very young defense, and a defensive line that's struggling in Jacksonville. Something has to give in this matchup. I actually like the Colts to win this ball game. I think what they're going to do is come in and small ball their way down the football field. Defense will be fresh enough to get pressure on Gabbert or Henne, whoever will be back there. I'm saying both names. I don't know the injury report as of yet, but I think the Colts will do a good job in winning this ball game. Although I think the Jags will be able to keep it close if they give Maurice Jones-Drew the football, but I like the Colts coming away with the victory.